影片开始之前呢，先来回答一下网友的问题。Joy Wu 提醒说：“大大，我想你口罩的戴法上可能有些不太正确，毕竟很多人看你的频道，希望可以起到模范的作用。”在这边谢谢 Joy 的提醒，我其实不确定哪里戴错了，所以呢就按照卫福部国民健康署的步骤重新来戴一次。好，那在开始今天的影片之前呢，请按赞、订阅、开个小铃铛，才不会错过我们的最新影片哦。Hello， 大家好，欢迎收看国际大风吹，每个礼拜带你探讨一个有意思的国际话题。4月初，世界卫生组织干事长谭德赛公开指控台湾外交部不但知情，而且还跟民间联手对他发动种族歧视的人身攻击。
And if you want me to be specific, 3 months ago, this attack came from Taiwan. We need to be honest. I will be straight today. From Taiwan.And Taiwan, the foreign ministry also, they know the campaign, they didn't dissociate themselves.
那除了外交部出面否认，台湾民间也发起募资专案，获得近27000人响应，集资将近2000万台币，在《纽约时报》刊登广告，不跟谭德赛打口水战，而是主打台湾在疫情当下可以成为国际社会有所贡献的一份子。不过这起事件也让人开始思考，到底一个国家的国际形象是怎么形成的？像谭德赛这样的事件会不会有很大的影响？那长远来说，怎么样的策略有助于提升形象呢？国际形象听起来虚无缥缈，有没有办法把各国放在一起互相比较呢？国际市场研究公司易普所从2008年以来就推出国家品牌指数，作为一种量化分析的可能性。那它主要是访问20国2万多名背景各不相同的成年国民，问问他们对欧亚美非，包括台湾在内的50个国家有什么样的印象，再综合加权计分。而最近3年来，德国已经在榜首3连霸，日本是唯一挤进前10的亚洲国家，而美国则始终在第6名。那台湾呢？我们询问易普所之后发现，这项指标推出的12年来，台湾的排名呈现缓缓上升的趋势。那同一时间，亚太地区的平均分数却是略略下滑。不过，大家可能会好奇，到底国际形象分数是怎么来的？这项指数的6个评分项目分别是出口，也就是各国的商品与服务是否特别让外国人想买。政府治理是各国政府的效能、公平以及对环保、贫穷等全球议题的政策立场。文化与遗产指的是各国体育、电影、音乐、艺术等领域的表现。人民也就是各国国民的专业能力、友善度、包容度等特质。观光意思是各国的人文或自然景观对外国的吸引力。而最后一项呢是投资与移民，就包含各国的经商环境，还有外国人想不想搬去居住或就业等等。例如呢，刚刚提到台湾排名缓缓上升，主要就是靠人民和观光2项的分数，而德国则是在出口、人民、治理和投资移民都表现优异。但是呢，话又说回来，国际形象是怎么形成的？我们连线专访了当初设计国家品牌指数的英国政策顾问安霍特，而安霍特告诉我的第一件事情呢，就是不要太在意各国之间的排行高低，因为大部分人其实都不清楚其他国家的实际状况。
You particularly shouldn't read too much into the fact that a country's scores or ranking have been going up over the last 10 years because all countries' scores and rankings have been going up over the last 10 years. It's one of the peculiarities of this kind of survey that it actually tells you much more about the mood of public opinion than it does about the countries that people are commenting on. Because most people know absolutely nothing about other countries. Most of the answers that they give to the questionnaire are speculation, they're guesswork. They know 1 or 2 little things about a certain country, and so they make suppositions about everything else.
安霍特说，除了媒体报道所留下的印象，国际形象也跟各国的文化输出，甚至身边家人朋友的观察和评价有关。而这种印象呢，不但肤浅，而且容易陷入僵化，一旦成型就不容易改变。如果我们回头看看近3年国家品牌指数的排行榜，就会发现，其实前10名的国家和名次根本没有太大的变动，只有美国算是非常少数的例外，排名常常起伏。毕竟全世界实在太关注这个国家了。
Within a short time of Donald Trump becoming president, the US dropped from first place, which is its typical position. It's the most admired country on earth. It dropped from first place to 7th place.
反过来说，美国以外的国家分数其实都相对稳定，就算出现突发的负面事件，其实也很难改变人们的印象。毕竟国际形象是透过各种资讯管道长期累积的结果。
If one significant official says something nasty about Taiwan, or Taiwan says something nasty about another country, is that going to change any country's image? No. How long will people remember it? About 15 seconds.
问题就来了，就算我们知道国际形象只是一种刻板印象，而且不太容易受到单一突发事件影响，这是不是代表任何国家要改变形象也很难呢？安霍特说，20多年的研究经验发现，不管哪一国，不管花多少钱，其实单纯的文宣攻势几乎都是无效的。
They don't care how successful you are because they don't live in Taiwan. So if Taiwan starts spending a fortune bragging about how well it's handled COVID-19 or what a peaceful and diverse and free society it is, eventually if people hear all that, they're going to say, well, great, you must be very proud, but I don't live in Taiwan, so I don't benefit from any of this. Why should I care? If a country wants a better image, then there's only one way to achieve it, and that is by contributing consistently and imaginatively to the world that we all live in. Not by being a better country, not by treating its own citizens better, not by even making better products or anything like that, but by actually being a principled player in the international community.
安霍特说，南韩算是亚太地区国家提升形象的成功范例，而且原因不完全是所谓的韩流文化现象而已。
This is a country that has, over the last 10 or 15 years, made a really consistent effort to contribute more to the world in many different ways. Now, some of those things are more commercial, like exporting more products, exporting Korean cuisine all over the world, exporting Korean culture, Gangnam Style, and all of that kind of stuff. And that's cool and that's fun and it helps a little bit. But the real stuff is that Korea is now behaving like a developed country. It delivers substantial amounts of aid and economic development and assistance to poorer countries. It plays a more constructive role in the regional politics than it used to. So now when America is negotiating or speaking to North Korea, South Korea is an important player in that conversation.
用最简单的话来讲，搞好国际形象就跟做人差不多，要赢得别人的尊重，自己就要值得尊重，而且不光是空谈，必须长期用行动来证明。当然啦，安霍特也承认，对于国际参与有限、国家地位也没有获得普遍承认的台湾来说，确实要比大国的处境更困难。但这代表台湾政府或民间必须要更有勇气和创意，向世界坚持自己的价值观。国际大风吹，我们下回见。
I think a lot of people listening to us discussing in this way might say, well, what's the big deal? I mean, isn't this just vanity? Who cares in the end whether you've got a good image or not? Well, the reason is because a good national image plays directly into the success of a country. If you have a good image, you get more tourists, you get more foreign investment, you sell more products at higher prices, you get more easier cultural and diplomatic relations. Everything is easier for countries that have a good image. And if you don't believe that, you should try being North Korea for a few weeks.
最后还是要感谢所有付费支持我们的频道会员们，特别是干爹干妈等级的会员：翁义顺、钟宣厚、资令利、吴晨、九妹、应中豪、Sniper 711、张宇安、吴振宇、舒瑜、炒饭小子、Miles Tycoon、王俊哲、 Twitch 搜寻肉干肉质批发零售，谭泽瑜、Jenny Lu， 还有 Nikki 台湾和 Vin A， 感谢你们，谢谢。